Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube. For anyone that is new around here, my name is Holly and I am a fitness coach. And in today's video, we are just going to take you through a really wholesome weekend that we've got going on. So I've got my coffee at the ready and it's actually Stephen's photo shoot day. So we are just getting organised after my coffee to jump down to the gym to do his photo shoot. It's 7:30, it takes off at 9 and it's also -2 degrees outside. It's absolutely freezing here in Scotland. So I'll show you what I have made. I baked some brownies for him yesterday because that's what he wanted as his post-photo shoot treat. I used to be quite a class baker. It's been a couple of years since I've done it, but fair to say from how the brownies have turned out, I have still got it. So I'll show you the brownies that I made for him as well, and then I'll just take you through the day, the weekend that we've got. We've got quite a busy weekend, but it's quite a good one as well. I hope you enjoy. Okay, look at these bad boys. Chocolate caramel brownies. I'll show you. They're so fudgy in the middle. Look at how fudgy they are. Okay, Stephen is just getting a wee pump on.
Getting my pump on.
Getting a wee pump on before his photo shoot. What you got on that?
80 kilo.
80 kilo for a wee gym pump.
meter. We're missing a fucking bag.
No. Photo shoot is done and we are on our way up to Calendar for baguettes. A few months ago we had been up here for a cold dip with our team and we had went past and seen like a shop and we had went in and it was sourdough bread that they'd done, like a wee bakery. So we got some of the sourdough bread, it was bloody amazing, and Stephen seen the baguettes and he was like, I want one of them after my photo shoot. So we thought, you know what, we'll go up here afterwards and grab one so he can have that as his post photo shoot treat. He's already had one of his brownies as well. Good secured. Look at this bad boy. We've got some focaccia, got some beef on it, some brie, which I've actually never tried brie before, so we'll see how that goes. And I think it said caramelised onions as well, so looking forward to trying this bad boy. Stephen is already eating his pie.
Mum's eating a pie.
We've got some coffees. He's got the same one as me as well, and then some pastrami baguette. Right, so we're home from photo shoot and we're home from having our baguettes up in Calendar. It was a nice wee drive up there and back, and the baguette was pretty tasty as well. I have actually just been and got skin boosters under my eyes. So under my eyes are really quite baggy and quite hollow and quite dark, and it's always been an insecurity of mine, and it's got worse like as I've got older, and I get a lot of sleep. I make sure that I get between 7 and 8 hours. Like I'm always in my bed at 9 PM. I'm normally up at 5 for PT, or if it's not a PT day, I normally let myself sleep until at least 6 and get my sleep routine's great. I also make sure I've got a really healthy balanced diet. I exercise, I do all the things right, but it's just always seems to be like that under my eyes. And my wee brother, like he's in his early 20s and he's exactly the same, and I'm like, I think it's hereditary more than anything. So spoke to my aesthetician. We did before do like my cheeks, because basically I was looking at my Mariette lines and then like, you know how the tear trough filler, and she was saying like if you lift the cheeks, if they lift then it takes that away, but like the darkness and stuff was still there. So we are trying this skin booster. I'll get the name of it. I'm sure it's like Niatin or something like that. I will confirm the name of it. So we're trying that and seeing how I got on, just to see if that just takes away that wee insecurity from myself. Like it's one of these things, when it comes to filler and that, if it's something that maybe you are insecure about and you maybe want to go for it, then obviously that's entirely your choice. Like some people are pro filler, some people aren't, but for me, I'm trying this and see how it goes. But it's obviously really bruised, so I went and got some arnica. I went and ordered some of the arnica tablets and that as well, just to see if I can take the bruising away, because I have run club tomorrow and a client podcast and I'm going to be going with bruised eyes. But what is it, short-term pain, long-term gain. So 2:30, I am now going to spend the afternoon doing my client check-ins. Normally a Friday after, not a Friday afternoon, a Friday morning is normally our client check-in day, but obviously with Stephen having his photo shoot this morning, it meant that I've pushed them back a little bit. So I'm going to get them done right now to make sure the guys are all in a good spot. They've got their kind of action points and their focus for going into next week, and they can spend the weekend getting all organised and ready to kill it. So the next couple of hours, that's where I'll be spent, is at my laptop, checking everybody in and giving everybody their action steps for moving forward. it is now Sunday. Saturday took a bit of an unexpected turn. It was a snow day yesterday, so we did have a really nice day planned, which this video was going to take you along on, but the video has now changed a wee bit because of the snow day. So yesterday morning was supposed to be Nova's first ever run club down at the canal, but the snow was mental, so we had to call it off purely for kind of safety purposes. The one thing is driving there, the roads were absolute mayhem. I don't even think there was any gritters where we are. So first of all, like actually getting people to the canal safely was going to be a big issue because there was cars abandoned literally everywhere. And then as well as that, running in the snow isn't quite safe, is it, as well? Like people slipping and falling and injuring themselves. So I was a wee bit gutted that we had to postpone it. But it is what it is. It's one of these things, like safety always comes first, and we can always go and run another time. And I suppose that's one of the things when you start a run club in the winter, is that it's going to very much be weather dependent. So that was the first thing. The second thing we had on yesterday was we had a client podcast booked in with Scott after his photo shoot last week. So have him on the kind of Nova Fitness Unfiltered podcast, which we've also had to reschedule that because his car, he had to abandon his car just because of obviously other drivers and stuff on the road, and obviously with the roads being mayhem, so there was no way for him to get to the studio in order to do it. So we've had to reschedule that for the 14th of December as well. So that was our two kind of big main things for yesterday. So it ended up more of a bit of a unexpected snow day for us, and then we had to go shopping. So normally when we go shopping, we'll go to Aldi, then we'll go to Asda and get whatever we can't get from Aldi from Asda. But there was like the wee community page, and there was loads of people just saying that the roads were chaos and it was mayhem. So we thought, do you know what, we're just going to chance getting to Asda rather than going down to Aldi, because Asda is only about a 2-minute drive from our house. So we're like, we'll probably make it there, but trying to make it to the two might be pushing it. So we did make it to Asda, we got our shopping, and we managed to get home. So that's about the only thing that we actually got done yesterday. We were supposed to go for a date night as well last night, because this would have been our last date night before Stephen starts his competition prep. So basically we'll not be able to do any kind of dates until April, until after his comp. But again, that got cancelled too, so we just ended up staying in. We chilled, watched a wee film on Netflix and had a takeaway. So now it's Sunday, big massive Sunday reset. I always use today to make sure that I'm meal planning my week with regards to my calendar. I always like to get like a cheeky training session ticked off on a Sunday as well, because I've got more time, and yeah, just make sure I'm setting myself up in a really good place for going into the week. And we tell our clients the same thing as well, to make sure that they're using a Sunday, taking a couple hours to make sure they're planning and preparing for the week ahead. So it is Sunday and I am just about to go and do a training session. So it's supposed to be a long run day, but again with the weather, the snow looks like it's all like disappeared, which is good, but I just don't know how icy and how slippy it is out there, and I don't want to go and take myself out on a run and end up slipping and hurting and falling myself, and then because if I end up with an injury, then I'm going to be out of training for longer. So we've adapted today's training session just a little bit, and we're just going to go to the gym instead. So we're going to go to the gym, we're going to do some work on the bike, and then finish off with a little cheeky 20-minute run on the treadmill. So it's really good that I'm able to kind of adapt my training as such as well, and that's what we're doing today. And then fingers crossed the rest of the week I can just stick to my normal training. Update on the eyes, they are still pretty black right now. I've been putting arnica on them, trying to just get the bruising to kind of go down and settle. The swelling starting to settle a wee bit better now, so fingers crossed in the next kind of week or two we're going to see some results from that. But yeah, at the moment they're still very much bruised, but they were quite nippy and tender, like that starting to go away and starting to heal, which is obviously good as well, but getting some strange looks. We are off into Asda to get some coleslaw cream to try and get rid of this coleslaw on my face. some overnight oats. So that is my busy girl on the go breakfast that I always make. Because I can just make it. I'm going to make 3 portions. It's going to take me literally maybe about 10 minutes if I'm lucky, and then all 3 are going to be in the fridge, and then I'll literally just top it the next day, and that's me got a healthy nutritional breakfast ready for those on the go days, which means that I don't need to grab and go, and make sure I can get plenty of carbs in me, make sure that I can get my protein from, I just use protein powder, and then my fats I will use some peanut butter. So hold tight and I'll show you how I make my oats. Right, overnight oats are super easy to make, and I use the same recipe pretty much for them all. I just use different protein powder and different toppings to make them different. So 50 grams of oats, 100 grams of fayet, then for this one I'm actually going to use double chocolate. I've never tried this form before, but we'll give it a try. Make a wee bit of chocolate oats. So 1 scoop of whey protein, and I'm going to use a little bit of cocoa powder just to make it a little bit extra chocolatey. Some chia seeds, and then I'm just going to mix it with some water and mix it all together until we get the consistency we like. I like them quite thick but not too thick and cementy, and then just keep adding a wee bit of water until they're ready. Look at these. Very chocolatey. Great if you've got a little kind of sweet tooth like myself. If you've got a really sweet chocolate tooth, then these are great. So I'm just going to pop these in here, and then I'll put them in the fridge overnight, and then I'll top them with whatever I want in the morning. So these will probably be banana and peanut butter. And the morning ones are ready. Dusted. Okay, so you'll see the wee jars that I put them in, airtight containers. So I've got one here that's cereal milk and one that's double chocolate. I'm going to make one more so that I've got 3 done for the week as well, so that I can literally just grab them. Good morning. So it's now Monday, which is obviously not the weekend, and this was meant to be a wholesome weekend video. So I'm just going to round off the YouTube here. It wasn't quite the wholesome weekend that we had planned, but hey, at least it is realistic because sometimes don't go to plan, and that is just life. And of course, snow days are going to cause wreak havoc, and cause mayhem, and mean that we don't quite get what we needed to get done, but it's okay. Like, we planned and we adapted, and we have rescheduled. So we've rescheduled the run club, we've rescheduled the podcast. Date night wasn't quite rescheduled, but we are going to Cameron House this weekend for a spa day. So I suppose that kind of makes up for that mishap with the date night. And yeah, it's just one of these things where, as well, like if you were training on Saturday and you had to move your training and stuff, it's not like we can't control the weather's out of our control, but what we can control is how we react to it. So for me, it was supposed to be a training day on Saturday, and I just moved it to Sunday. I just got on with it, I adapted it and made sure that I'd done it on Sunday. And I know a lot of our clients were the same, because it just wasn't safe. It wasn't safe to drive on Saturday, so you couldn't get to the gyms and stuff. And fair enough, if you live close, like you can just walk to the gym and that, or maybe go later on in the day or go the next day sort of thing. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video and tune in for the next one.